Allen Hilliard Sports. We are here for week 4 of the podcast. This week is a special one. This is a lot of Frisco League interviews we had during the week of the tournament. We also had quite a few other interviews this week, including the Lakeway soccer coach who went to the Final Four, and Gideon Antle who got drafted to Banana Ball. And we also talked about the Final Four of football, the state champions. So we'll be back in just a few minutes, and we'll even take a look at the college football playoffs at the end there. So be sure to stick around after a word from our sponsor, Security Bank.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
Security Bank of Pulaski County, with 2 convenient locations in Waynesville and St. Robert, Missouri, is a proud supporter of the Waynesville Tigers and the Lady Tigers athletics, including all their sports and activities. Security Bank is a member FDIC equal housing home lender. They can provide home loans, auto loans, whatever type of loan you need, and whatever support you need, give Security Bank a call or visit them in Waynesville, St. Robert, Missouri. With Coach Logan Ray here from the Dixon Bulldogs, a very feisty Richmond team he faced right there, coming off that overtime win from Saturday.
Oh yeah, they're scrappy. They get after it. They got some quick guards, so they're definitely on the right track.
All right, and then looking at, you're going to face the Licking Wildcats, a team that you know very well coming up here. Licking, you've faced them many times throughout the years, and so how do you prepare for a team like that, a team that you know very well, and Coach Harris, you know him very well, I'm sure.
Yeah, we've had a lot of good battles with Licking over the last few years. We know what they bring a lot of tradition in, and they'll be a solid team for us in that matchup. So I think it'll be important that we get super prepared for that matchup and be ready to play on Thursday.
All right, and then, so Coach, what was one of your standouts that you had tonight out there? You had MJ Ford did a great job, and Kramer and several others, but what's one of your standouts that stepped up and kind of made that victory happen?
I mean, it was a total team effort. I mean, we got 14 in tonight. We got a pretty good bench, so it was good to get some of those guys' confidence. The 3-ball wasn't falling for us. I think Talon Holzer had a good shooting night. I thought he really played a good game. We liked to match up with him. But we had a lot of kids that did their roles when they weren't shooting well, so I was impressed with that as well. So sometimes on not shooting night, that's where you can see what kind of player you got.
All right, Coach, appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.
Yep, thank you.
And Allen Hilliard here. We're here with the Lakeway coach, coming up playing later this year to start your season. Soccer just ended. You get a lot of the kids you didn't really have until literally a few weeks ago, right?
We've had 5 practices with probably 7 of our top 9 guys for our first game here.
And then, of course, soccer, making it to the Final Four before losing there, and a pretty good season there, combining with Richland, which Lakeway no stranger to soccer. But coming into basketball season here, you're starting out the tournament today on Saturday, so you'll get an extra day to kind of look at some of the other teams. Is that an advantage or is that a disadvantage?
Well, for us, and this year with us, making it to the Final Four in soccer, which is a great thing. I love that we did that because I want to win at everything that we do. It's a bit of a disadvantage because we would have loved a couple extra days of practice. But, we're going to make do with it and do the best we can, and we'll see, let the results lie where they may.
And then looking at some of the tournament seedings here, did anything surprise you when things were sorted out, or is it kind of what you were expecting this season?
Preseason tournaments, you just never know how they're going to go because nobody really knows the full identity of their team. I think Dixon is really good. Stoughton's probably one of the best coached teams I've been around and seen. So I feel like them being the 1, the 2 seeder, right, and then anywhere from there, I feel like the Frisco League is pretty competitive. So you could have flip-flopped it any way you wanted it to.
I've always said that Stoutland is the one team that no matter what they're seeded, they're still going to be in that top 4 somehow every year. And one year I think they both made it to the championship and they weren't even in the top 5.
Yeah, I was the girls coach at Stoutland when that happened. We were the 6th seed, and I believe the boys were the same. They're coached really well over there. Joe Nicholson's probably one of the best coaches I've been around, so I think pretty highly of him.
All right, and any players that you're going to rely on this year that are returning, or any new players stepping up that is going to fill some shoes from last year?
I think Ryder Martin has a case to be probably one of the best players in the league. He'll be definitely in the conversation, God willing, staying healthy and everything. Isaiah Boggs can be an animal inside, real strong, athletic kid, can run the floor. Those are our 2 returners that I see big things from. And then Cole Story didn't get a lot of minutes last year, but that kid can shoot the lights out of the gym, and I think he'll step into a big role for us this year.
All right. Appreciate it, Coach, and we'll talk to you later on.
Okay, thank you.
Come visit the downtown service station in Waynesville, Missouri. They have been there for many years. Used to be the Schultz service station, but they do maintenance. You can get gas. They sell Route 66 merchandise. There are plenty things to do downtown. Be sure to stop there and visit the friendly staff. If you need a quick job done, they can take care of it, or just stop in and say hi.
To the block and tackle the Mac Stack, a Dickey's barbecue pit game changer. Our signature mac and cheese topped with Dickey's quality slow smoked meats. And Dickey's delivers just in time for kickoff. Visit Dickeys.com, legit Texas barbecue.
Dickey's Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Newburgh Wolves and Lady Wolves, as well as the area schools and communities in Rolla. Among other areas they serve, be sure to check them out on Kings Highway. Enjoy Dickey's Barbecue, greatest in town. We are here with Coach Tom Billner of the Crocker Lady Lions. And Coach Billner, coming in, you're going to face Newburgh now. What did you kind of get out of that game? Newburgh shot the ball very well, but what else did you kind of see?
Yeah, they did shoot the ball pretty well. They played either a 3-2 zone or a 1-2-2 zone, depending on how you look at it. And the girls were really aggressive, and we're just going to go out ahead, play our game, and again, you see what happens.
All right, and then, so how's the season looking coming into this ball game here with all your girls? And I think you've had 1 game this season so far, 2?
2. Currently, we're 2-0. Our first game was against Union, Missouri, and they graduated everybody last year. So even though they were a Class 5 or 6 school, we played a really good game against them, made some shots. And then the next game was against Southern Boone, and we kind of struggled a little window in there for about 8 minutes not scoring, but we were able to go up there at Southern Boone and get a win.
All right, and who is a couple of your key players that has either moved up or some of your returning varsity players?
Well, Lexi Mintz, obviously our best scorer. She's 2 points from 1,000 points right now. So her first basket on Monday, she'll top 1,000 points. It'll be right at 1,000. And she's a good scorer. We have Gretchen Candy, a senior. She's a phenomenal shot blocker. I think last year she had like 70-something block shots. So she was real good. Hestianius was our point guard last year, and she's getting better at the role and understands it a little bit better, what experience it brings you.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. We will talk to you on Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And we are here with Coach Mike Austin of the Iberia Lady Rangers. And, Coach, a big win there to start the tournament.
Yeah, it was kind of ugly. But I kind of worried about that. You come in as a 2 seed and you're playing the 7 seed. sometimes you come out thinking that you got the game in hand before you step on the court. And I think that kind of got in our heads a little bit today, and it showed. We didn't take care of the ball very well, but we persevered, fought through. Come out in the third quarter and got a 20-point lead after being up by only 4 at half, and that really helped us a lot. I thought Anthony Martin stepped up in the second half for us, did a good job shooting the ball, made some big free throws, and like I said, I hate playing games on days that we don't have school, that we're not in school. So I think kids tend to lay in bed all day, and they roll out of bed when it's time to go play, and they just don't have any energy with them. So hopefully we won't have to worry about that again on Thursday. Hopefully the weather holds up, we're not out of school, and we'll regroup and come out a lot sharper on Thursday.
Yep, and then foul trouble for both teams kind of set the tone late in the game there, as each team had 4 fouls, but really both teams, it wasn't the prettiest game in the world, but you guys had a great third quarter there where you stretched out a 20-point lead, which ultimately is what you were able to hang on to, pretty close to that, and finish out the ball game.
Yeah, like I said, we just turned the ball over too much in the first half. We just made some mistakes that we haven't made all year, and but luckily they're correctable mistakes, and we'll get in the gym tomorrow, and we'll work on those things, and hopefully we'll have them fixed when we come out and play on Thursday.
All right, Coach, we appreciate that, and we'll talk to you then.
Thanks, Alan.
Yep. ZCM Timber Harvesting is a supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Iberia Rangers and Lady Rangers in this basketball tournament. Want to thank them for being a big sponsor of this tournament once again. Go Rangers and Lady Rangers. Good luck from ZCM Timber Harvesting. Shelton Welding Custom Fab and Repair in Dixon, Missouri. Give them a call for all of your needs on your trucks, your home, whatever it may be. If it's a welding job, Shelton Welding and Custom Fab and Repair can make it right.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we are here with one of the Stoutland coaches here. And Coach, it was a tight ball game for a while there, and at the end there, the kids kind of toughed it out on defense and kind of put in the brakes a little bit to hold on to the win. But a very tough Crocker team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Those guys, they came in ready to play, and I will say our guys at least at the jump, I thought, man, we might run away with this thing, and no, he did a good job, called a timeout and got reset, and they made their runs, and honestly, hats off to them. They came to play, and we were kind of lucky to get out with a win, really.
Now you're going to face the winner of this ball game here, which is the Battle of the Green tonight, and so these also a couple teams that have success in the past and have some kids that played very well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Iberia is always going to bring a tough game. Newburgh is the higher seed. They're well coached, and Iberia is well coached as well. And those guys, they're going to bring their best effort every time. They like to play fast. I know Iberia, at least historically, likes to shoot that 3 ball, and then they can out-muscle you on the inside as well.
So looking at some of your players there, who is one of the players that maybe stepped up in that last ball game?
On the defensive side, really, there's 2 of them that stepped up today. It was Michael Kincaid and Brody Millsap. Those guys were just relentless on the defensive end, and it led to buckets on the other end in transition, just pushing the ball up the floor. Super impressed with those guys, and we, Jesse Dickinson, he didn't have a great scoring night. He had a hard time getting the ball to go down, and I could just imagine how good we're going to look when he starts scoring. But we're going to get it all figured out. It'll be okay.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. We'll talk to you in a couple days.
All right, thank you.
Now we are back here with Coach Tom Billner. We had some technology issues there, but while we sort them out and get everything set up again, Coach Billner, that was a very good ball game coming out, and from the start to the finish, you guys pretty much controlled the tempo of that game.
Yeah, our girls shot the ball really well, and when you have a team that goes out and shoots the ball well, a lot of good things happen. It makes everything else seem to flow well, and it's no secret. The last 3 years we've been running the same kind of like a matchup zone, and the girls are getting pretty good at it, and it's all about anticipating and where the next pass is going to go.
Now, you mentioned they've been running that the last couple of years, and it definitely shows that the girls were very good about positioning and being in, certain spots where each girl was comfortable.
Yeah, they're getting the gas, hold of it, and after 3 years, some of them, should be able to do it really, really well, and it's all about anticipating, knowing where the next pass is going to go, and contesting the three-point shots like all defenses, and blocking out and getting a rebound at the end.
So, Coach, now looking ahead, you have a Dixon Lady Bulldog team that you will have to face off against, and they are not the normal Dixon team. Earlier this week, they pulled off a victory that they haven't done in about 13 years over the Licking Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, Dixon, they had a really good win. They're really young. They're aggressive. They go out after it. They play super, super hard, and it's going to be a battle. Just who comes in and has their A game and able to shoot baskets. If you can make baskets, like I said, things seem to go a lot easier for whatever team's making them.
Yep. And then the three-point shooting, was that the plan the whole time, or was that just something that it worked and you just said keep on going with it?
Well, when you face zones like that, if you just move the ball and kind of like play hot potato and don't over dribble and move the ball, the defense gets all out of shape, and a lot of times if you can get some wide open looks.
And also on the free throw side of things, did very well. I know from being on the bench as you coaching there at times, that free throws was a very big part of the game.
Yeah, the teams that make their free throws and win the rebounding war, and I preach that every day in practice. Sure, if you make your free throws, but if you win the rebounding war every night, you have a really good chance to win the game.
All right, Coach, appreciate it.
Thanks for having me
a little bit later. Good luck tomorrow.
Auto Service in Dixon, Missouri is a proud supporter of the Dixon Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs this season, as well as all the other area schools and towns around Dixon, Missouri. If you need auto repairs, be sure to check him out on 801 West 4th Street, whether it be alignments, tires, whatever it need be. Check out Danny's Auto Service for all your small and big jobs in Dixon, Missouri.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
I'll just record it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, we are here, the Iberia coach, and you picked up a big victory. You controlled that game most of pretty much the whole game there. About a few minutes in, you let the younger players come in and finish it out. But, how was Stoutland? Were they what you was expecting when you came into this?
They are, but, you got to give them credit. They had a tough game last night with Richland. And it's tough to come back and play back-to-back night, especially when you got hard ball games like they had last night. I can't say nothing about Mallory Shaw. My gosh, that girl. I don't know how many points she had, but I'm guaranteed it was 25 to 30. But we talked about yesterday. Hey, we can't turn the ball over 34 times and be successful. And I thought we did a much better job tonight. We had too many turnovers in the first half, but we kind of fixed that in the second half, and I thought we played a whole lot better in the second half, and got a big challenge coming up on Saturday.
Yep, the challenge Saturday, you're facing a kind of an unknown there, a Dixon team that middle school-wise has not lost a ball game, that group of girls, and they are kind of showing a little bit of just kind of that momentum moving forward still. They picked up a really big victory over Crocker. That's the first time since 2012 that they've been in the championship, and that was against Crocker back then.
Wow. That is a long time. But, I mean, I'll be honest, I think Dixon was a team that kind of had everybody scared coming into this tournament because it was kind of the unknown. We knew there was a lot of hype, and they had a really good junior high team for 2 years, and you just never know how that's going to equate from junior high to high school. But those girls seem to be handling it pretty well, and I guarantee you they'll give us everything we want on Saturday.
All right, does that change your plan of offense, or do you just kind of continue with what you're doing? Both you and Dixon seem to play very good defense out there, and both are very physical.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be a physical game. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to tweak some things offensively, but I don't think we're not going to change a whole lot. It's like I tell the girls, we can do all the X's and O's we want, but you still got to be able to put the ball in the hole and play defense. And if we can do that, we got a chance every night we step on the floor.
All right, Coach, appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks, Al.
Yep. Hilliard Sports would like to thank the Iowa Woo this year for allowing me to be their provider of live broadcasting services during their games up in Waterloo, Iowa. Be sure to check them out next season on the Arena League, the Iowa Woo.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping. Got a few minutes? You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
The Dixon Athletic Booster Club is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Dixon community, as well as the Dixon athletic programs. Be sure to join the Booster Club. All the money goes to help support the Dixon athletes in the community, whether it be high school, middle school, baseball, basketball, whatever it is. Check out the Dixon Booster Club on Facebook to become a member. $200 to be a corporate sponsor on the video board in the gym. All right, we are here with Coach Scotty Ballard, and Coach Ballard, I don't know when the last time Dixon was in the championship, but it's been quite a while.
Been a long time. I think my sister-in-law, Hunter Yoakum, would have probably been the last one to play in the Frisco League Championship in the Dixon girls. I might be wrong, but what we have looked into and what we've seen, that was probably our last visit to this game.
So you came out in that ball game and you controlled the pace at certain times of the ball game and did a great job. The defense really slowed down Crocker, it seemed like, and prevented a lot of the shots that got him to that semifinal game.
We're going to live on defense this year. That's the game plan when you're young. It sometimes helps to kind of ease that stress and ease that little jitters that these young girls get early in the year, to just make a lot of ball pressure, bring the intensity up, and bring them up on the ball tight. That was kind of the game plan, and it worked out great for us. The killer thing about my team that I haven't mentioned yet, after the game, the girls come up to me and they ask, how many points? No, they don't ask that. I'm lying. They actually come up and say, how many assists? How many rebounds? How many deflections? Like, the girls are excited every week to know how many deflections they've caused, because they know if they deflect it, it's turning into a turnover. Someone else is going to steal the ball. So they don't even care about the points. They know someone's going to lead different every week. If we're really playing the way we want to play, all we need to know is that we're getting rebounds and that we're guarding people with pressure.
And then looking kind of into that theory there, the Ballard, she had some key free throws at the end, but she did not necessarily have, the most points out of that in the second half there. A lot of these threes came from a couple different players back here.
Right.
And you had several assists from her down the floor where...
Yeah, week 1, Young led. Week 2, Yarbrough led. I think tonight Ballard probably led at the end of the scores. They made some adjustments because she had a good first half, and they guarded her tougher. That way, that's fine. Whenever they guard her tight, there's someone open, and she knows that. If she sees two, she knows there's someone open. Kicked it out for some really big shots by some of the other girls. At the end, we got the ball back into the hands, the safe hands, and just took it over right there.
So one thing that helped out also, not a lot of, there was fouls in there, but they weren't calling everything like you get sometimes there. So you kind of had more of a more free-for-all game sometimes, especially on some of the rebounds and some of the jump balls.
When I got to the gym tonight, first thing I did is looked at my refs. And these guys are city refs. That's a city crew. We don't get them a lot. We're blessed to have those three tonight. They let you play ball the way that you're going to play at the next level, which to me, sometimes they don't. They're a little bit tough, and they don't show these girls enough of what it's going to be at the next level. Or in a tough situation like in a state run or a district, it's a little touchy. Tonight they let us play true, hard, gritty basketball, and I appreciate that.
And then, so looking ahead, I'm sure you're going to be staying and watching one of these two teams here and doing a little bit of scouting. Most coaches will do that. What are you looking for in either of these teams? As I'm sure you know the coaches pretty well here and seen some of these players a few times already.
Well, first thing is we're going to figure out how we're going to defend them, because that's going to be our go-to this year. So we're going to work on me and the coaching staff will get together and we'll figure out how we plan on defending them and the changes we want to make throughout the course of the game. My main goal is to not get stuck into one defense where someone can learn it and learn how to maneuver it. We got to stay constantly changing and active, and I think that's going to be probably what you'll be seeing again.
All right, Coach, congratulations, and
Thank you.
We will talk to you on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Borum of Cross Creek Realty is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Crocker Lions, as well as all the other area Frisco League teams in this part of Missouri. Be sure to check him out at Cross Creek Realty for all your home needs, whether it be selling a house or looking for a house. They have homes to sell and homes to buy. Rennie Tire Pro is your local tire shop in the Licking area. Be sure to check them out for whether it be just changing a tire, buying a set of new tires, small auto repair. Check out Rennie Tire in Licking, Missouri. Rennie Pharmacy is a proud supporter of the Licking Wildcats and Lady Wildcats this year. Be sure to check them out for all your pharmacy needs in Licking, Missouri. The Bank of Iberia is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Waynesville and Iberia communities, along with all the other Frisco League teams in the area. Be sure to give them a call. They are member FDIC, Equal Home Housing Lender, 2 locations, Waynesville and Iberia. And we are here getting ready for the boys game, but that was I probably should change a team eventually on here too, but that was an amazing ball game there, back and forth. Both teams, that was down pretty much to the wire there. Ballard at the end hit a 3 that I'm sure you were a little stressed at that point.
If she can shoot it and make it from 40 feet, let her do it. There ain't nothing we can do about it. So, no, it was a good game. It's a shame somebody has to lose when you have a game like that, but I'm glad it was the Lady Rangers coming out on top.
At the end it was 3 points, but it was back and forth the whole game. Dixon led one quarter. You guys came out, led later in the game, and Dixon tied it up a couple times. And, the lead kept going back and forth. Did the strategy work, what you was trying to do, or did you have to do some adjustments? Because there was quite a few timeouts at the end.
Oh, no. We did exactly what we wanted to. What we talked about yesterday in practice. We had a lot of things in our pockets in case we needed to switch it up, but defense worked really well. It's a defense that we threw together yesterday in practice, and girls executed it well, and just did a tremendous job.
All right, Coach, congratulations. That was a great game by both teams, but good job. That is 2 years in a row for Iberia.
Thank you, Alan.
Osage Electric is a proud supporter of the Dixon Bulldogs and all the schools in their district in Pulaski County, Missouri, along with Marys County and other locations throughout Missouri. Good luck to the Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs this season from Osage Electric. G-Tech Fiber is built to last. Your local area internet run on Osage Electric power poles. Reach out to Osage Electric for all your G-Tech Fiber internet needs. Whether you live rural or in the city, they can provide internet. Chris Pills Basketball is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports, Pocahontas Redskins, and the area schools. Allen Hilliard Sports will once again be providing the coverage of the Waynesville youth football for grades kindergarten all the way to 6th grade this year, from week 1 all the way to the championship in November. Games will start first week of September. Be sure to reach out WIF Football if you'd like to play. All right, welcome here. We're here with Ian Ansel. I believe I said that right.
Yeah. I mean, Antel or Antel. I think a lot of people will get confused. We say Antel, but pretty much everyone else says Antel, so it's no deal, no problem.
So you are coming in. You were drafted by the Banana League, with a lot of people. You want to explain what that is exactly?
So yeah, the Banana Ball Championship League. A lot of people have heard of the Savannah Bananas, and they used to be the party animals. Well, if you don't know what it is, the best way that I can explain it is the WWE for baseball. We have a few different rules. It's kind of a big deal now. Every stadium we play in is sold out, and this year we turned into a league. So we'll be the first professional sports team ever to sell out every single venue that we play in. And yeah, so I got drafted by the Loco Beach Coconuts in that league, a new team.
One of the favorites I watched last year on YouTube there, they had one of the, might have been party animals in the Savannah Bananas. They were in Tennessee or one of the big stadiums. They sold out an 80,000 seat stadium last year.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, like I said, every single venue we play at is sold out. There's fans in every single seat. What's crazy too is this year they're going to actually be playing in a couple stadiums that hold over 100,000 people. Texas A&M College Station, the football stadium. I believe the Savannah Bananas will be playing the Party Animals, so that's not one of my teams, but it's still our organization, our league, and it's great. I mean, think about 100,000 people watching you play a baseball game. It's pretty phenomenal to think about.
And the wild thing is, you know, they're not leaving by halfway through. They're staying until the very end of
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's something our owner, Jesse Cole, is really proud of. You know, you watch a regular baseball game, you know, you watch an MLB game, and if it's a blowout, you know, people are leaving or they might get bored or whatever, but Banana Ball really keeps you on your toes, man. It's kind of always one of those things of like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? They just brought a dude out on stilts to pitch. Like a dude just did a backflip catch, right? Like that stuff is insane. Keeps people in the seats. It's awesome.
And with a lot of these leagues changing their rules that have been there for years, you know, baseball trying to speed the game up. Banana Ball really, they sped the game up, but they kept a lot of the baseball rules in place. But, for example, I'm sure you've done you've been down there doing some of the drills, I take it, or?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty accustomed to the rules. Our tryout, we played full-on Banana Ball, so, you know, no walks, it's a ball force sprint, so if you take 4 pitches, you're going to run around the bases, and every defender has to touch the ball before they can tag you out. If a fan catches a foul ball in the air, you are out, which is really, really cool. And something that we do is if you score 10 runs in 1 inning, it doesn't necessarily matter to the full outcome of the game. So we have points. You got to win innings. So if you score more runs in 1 inning than the other team, you'll get a point for that inning. So we play on a 2-hour time limit. Whatever comes first, 9 innings or 2 hours. And if the game's tied at the end of the game, we'll actually go to a showdown, which is a pitcher versus a hitter, and the defense gets 1 other fielder, and they got to try to hit an inside-the-park home run, and the fielders and defenders got to go get it. It's wild stuff, man. But yeah, we've sped the game up, 2-hour time limit. You got to win innings, instead of just, if you blow a team out, if you score 15 runs in one inning, it doesn't matter as much as it did in the traditional game of baseball.
Yeah, because a lot of times normal baseball, you get a 15-run inning or 10-run inning, that you get the game basically at that point.
Yeah, I mean, so it keeps players engaged the whole game. Like I said, keeps fans engaged the whole game. Yeah, you're right, Alan. With people are not leaving the stands. We got stuff going on between innings. We have performances. We have crazy walk-ups. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Well, for example, up in St. Louis, not the best season this year they've had, and when the Banana Ball came, they sold out, I believe, all 3 nights up there in St. Louis.
It sure was. And it's crazy. My team, the Coconuts, will play the Bananas in St. Louis again in Busch Stadium. So that's pretty exciting for me, being a Missouri kid and, not necessarily growing up in that ballpark, but being there a few different times, never did I ever think that I'd be able to play in Busch Stadium in front of a sold-out crowd. So it's really wonderful. I feel truly blessed to be able to do that.
I know there's been some high school games that play up there every once in a while in that stadium, but those are pretty much empty seats or there may be a few some early fans
50,
before a baseball
people.
game.
Yeah.
But you're talking, 20,000+ people.
Oh yeah.
I think it holds close to 30 up at Busch Stadium.
It does, a little over, I think.
Then when you look at talking about playing down at Texas A&M and these other college stadiums, 100,000 people.
It's
that's
unreal.
Just a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty mind-boggling to think about. Another venue that my team will get to play in is Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots play. So that's pretty exciting to think about too, getting to play baseball in a football stadium, especially that one holds a lot of history, and it's going to be sold out, man. So it's going to be awesome.
All right, we appreciate it there. We will talk to you later. Hopefully we'll meet up with you when you come back to Missouri there and have a ball game in St. Louis and talk with you a little bit.
Sounds good. Thanks, Alan.
All right,
appreciate you having me on.
Yep. And before you go here, what are you thinking of tonight here? You have the Dixon Bulldogs, a defending team, #1 seed, and then you have
the Licking Wildcats, my alma mater. I got to go with my alma mater, man.
Young Wildcats.
They're pretty young,
year,
but I had a chance to coach them a little bit. I was doing my internship to finish up my degree at Ohio University, and I actually got to coach these guys in baseball. So, huge fan of all of these kids. I mean, I love all of them, from Jet Solons, Jason Ingram, Trent Wood, Logan Buckner, all my baseball guys, Parker Huff there, Conway 80, Carson Walker. Big shout out to all those guys. Go tear it up tonight. I'm excited to watch you guys play.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Alan.
And we'll see you.
Yep,
right.
have a good one.
Action Highway 28 is your local gas station for all your small grocery needs. Also, your Hunt's Brothers pizza provider, making it fresh in the store and keeping it warm under the lights for you. Multi flavors to choose from. You get 3 for $30. Also, all your snacks, chips, whatever you need, down to your beverages and down to your sweet snacks. Check out Dog Patch. The Dixon School District has been a sponsor of Allen Hilliard Sports for many years now and continues to provide sponsorship. They have 3 state-of-the-art schools, including a high school, middle school, and an elementary school, all in Dixon, Missouri, serving the Dixon and St. Robert area children. Be sure to check them out at their new admin building on the corner downtown, just off of Main Street, the Dixon School District, Dixon, Missouri. Arkansas Activities Association believes that athletes are taught by many things through sports. In addition to the skills they learn, self-control, ideals of fair play, honesty, respect for authority, and for opposing players. To learn these values results in maximum benefits from his or her athletic experiences. Once again, thank you to the Arkansas Athletic Association, and good luck, Pocahontas Member School, Arkansas Activities Association.
Sometimes we can do things that exclude others.
Still talking to your friend?
It's complicated.
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Welcome
to Jumanji.
Even the smallest words and actions can have a big effect on someone. You have the skills. Because of you, someone's entire day, their year, or their life can change.
Remember, the future is in your hands.
Visit becauseofyou.org to learn more.
Totally, let's do it.
And we are here with Coach Thier. I believe that's how you say it there, but Coach, you had a very good soccer season here for the Lakeway Hornets. We talked about it earlier this week and get a chance to talk with you. And, of course, you co-op with Richland out here, but you had quite a few of these high school boys that was part of that team, and it's been success through the years, the soccer program here.
Yeah, we had a pretty good year this year. Obviously, making it back to the Final Four, anytime you can do that, and even repeat it within a few years, that's a pretty successful moment. Lots of coaches never get the opportunity to coach in one. I've been blessed now to do 3. The boys this season, we started off pretty rough in the beginning and found our way. Kind of bought into the system a bit, believed we could be there, and went on a bit of a run towards the end of the season, winning like 8 in a row to get us into the Final Four. And really competing at their in the first game, we were 0-0 to the final 34 seconds of the match, and gave up kind of a fluke of a goal. I was telling you earlier, I never wanted a timeout more in my life than I did in that last 10 minutes to be able to kind of get them refocused and bought in. But really proud of the boys and the effort there. And the co-op with Richland's been great. I hope it just continues to grow. I think you're going to see more and more of these small schools in the area in all sports. I mean, especially the ones that require 9, 10, 11 players to play them. There's just not as many kids playing sports, and my hope is one to grow the popularity of the sport, but giving kids that want the opportunity to play the game that wouldn't have the opportunity otherwise. The co-op's been great for us.
And that co-op, it's also for girls, correct?
Yeah, we co-op. This is our second year now, and it is for boys and girls soccer.
All right, and then a lot of these kids, they know each other from the community, and they all, I'm sure they'll go up to Richland to go shopping, or they'll all go to Waynesville, or they'll go, they'll all get together. The gas station, obviously, literally not too far away, is the only gas station out here.
Yeah, on the boys' side, when they'll play later tonight, the boys will play each other as well, and there's quite a few of them that play for me on both sides of that, and they'll all tell you, obviously, in the game they're going to compete against each other, and I hope they do, because they're only pushing each other to be better as people and athletes all together. But off the court, they're best of friends. They're like family. There's no Richland Lakeway between them. It's just a game, and they have to wear a different color jersey for this, and it has been that type of an environment that I've actually hoped would be the case. You'd hate for them to be coming and co-oping and then leaving angry or upset about it and going and playing other sports and being against each other, and then ultimately having some sort of animosity. So on the girls here, I don't know. I'm hopeful that some of these girls will come play soccer for me this year. From the Richland girls team, there's quite a few athletes on that team. I'd love for them to come play for me.
And then not just Lakeway and Richland, but a lot of these kids, they also go to Waynesville to the Votech. I think all these schools here, I think Newburgh, I think they may split, but they may go to Rolla. But
they might,
everyone else, a lot of these kids see each other every day in school because they'll go to the vocational school in Waynesville.
Yep.
And so it's not just 2 schools here, but this whole region, everyone kind of knows everyone, whether you're from the Frisco League schools or you go to Waynesville. It's kind of a big community.
I'm going to tell a little lie on myself, I guess. I graduated at Waynesville in 03, and I didn't even know Lakeway was a school until the year I graduated. And the only reason I knew that is because that year was Lakeway's first year as a soccer program, and they came and played our freshman team that year. And honestly, I just didn't know there was as much of a
as many schools in the area as close together as they are. I didn't know Plato was there, and what's wild about that is I lived here since 6th grade. It's like, man, 8 miles down the road, there's a whole nother school, and a whole nother basketball environment and sports environment that's going on. And, now I've lived here for over 20, 30 years now in my life, and I love it here. It's a great environment.
Well, and as you look at the district boundaries for Lakeway, they actually go into the Waynesville city limits, as Waynesville has come out this way. But Lakeway originally was a one-room schoolhouse out here that when Waynesville was basically combining to be one district, getting rid of, like Hooker was one, Gospel Ridge back in the day, and Lakeway didn't want to combine with Waynesville. So essentially they voted, and they were just an elementary for the first 30 years, and then they became a high school around 1980.
Yeah, I actually think Richland might have had a high school before. In fact, I know they did, because that's where Lakeway kids would go to high school. They'd come here through K through 8, and then go to Richland for high school, or Waynesville.
Yep. But no, this whole community here, and the co-oping, you talked about it there, that seems to be more common among smaller schools, especially looking at this like Class 1 8-man, and some of the Class 2 football programs are starting to go that direction now, where they're starting to co-op for just to keep teams, as you said.
Yeah, Class 1 girls soccer last year had a first state champion of a co-op school, Ellsburg Silence. I think it's, when we decided to do this, I think a lot of people thought I was a little nuts, like, I don't know how this is going to work. But honestly, sustainability is a real challenge right now in the high school environment for athletics. Heck, when Waynesville girls soccer can't field a full junior varsity team sometimes in girls soccer. And that's a school of 1,200 kids, 1,200, something like that. Right?
Close to 18 this year.
1,800 kids, and they're not getting 30 girls. That's crazy. And we're a school of 160 plus Richland's another 90 or so. And if we can get 17 girls out, we're doing pretty good. I would love to get where we are consistently getting 30 kids. 30 kids to play.
I'll get you later.
I would love to get where we're consistently getting 30 kids to play. 30 kids to play, girls soccer and boys soccer, to where we can have true varsity and JV. And this year, on the boys' side, we were really close to that. We actually played the most junior varsity games we've ever played in school history. We played somewhere around 13, 14 full junior varsity games. And that only happens because of the co-op. Yeah. And that is so important to a program for me.
So when you look around, you got quite a few soccer championship banners. They've kind of evolved over the years here. But so how's that going to look at Richland there? Is there going to be a red banner up there, or is there going to be a...
Well, we were just actually talking about that. So, like, co-oping has been in the MSHSAA handbook. It's just not really been something that has been super popular, but they're actually having to evolve and adapt as well. For example, at state tournament, there were no district passes for the co-op school, or no state tournament passes for the co-op school. They gave us one additional pass for that. And that's something that we're discussing with MSHSAA going forward. Like, you need to consider the fact that a school could potentially co-op.
Well, because you may have a coach from Richland and a coach from Lakeway.
Yeah. Well, we want the
coaching
together.
Yeah.
We want the administrators from both schools there. It's not right that the co-op school would have to have their superintendent and the principal pay separate ticket. No. So there's things that are evolving. I think even we were just talking about that with Mr. McNabb, and they're going to purchase, we can purchase a replica of the district plaque and the state plaque. They're going to have one in Richland and obviously one here at Lakeway. I believe they're going to do the same thing with the district and the state banner there. I don't know if it's going to be red and black. And I was actually just telling them that about some of the breaking down the walls of the stigma. I could care less, honestly, if we're wearing red and black or orange and black or purple and green. And it doesn't matter, because when we're taking the field, ultimately, we are one school. And we have to wear a uniform, and that's because MSHSAA says we do. Otherwise, I wouldn't care, and that's the kind of atmosphere we try to create in the co-op, is one that isn't divided. We're one team. It doesn't matter what uniform we're wearing. Yeah, we're playing for the name on the jersey that's on the front, but not the one on the back. But in the end, we're Lakeway Richland.
Well, one example of that up there in basketball every year is Platte Valley, where a lot of people wonder who is that and where are they. I forgot what the two schools are, but they're up there in northern Missouri. two schools that, for several years shared state titles back and forth, where one would be the main co-op, then it bounced back and forth, and that kind of stirred a little issue with MSHSAA there, because they used a logo in one of the championship games, and MSHSAA after that said, no, that's not. You got to be official. So you're talking about the rules the way they are.
Yeah.
But that may be something to look forward to if this continues for long term as some sort of combined logo or some sort of combined name or something.
When I told him I was interested in co-oping, I said we will be the first of many. There's a good chance that we didn't have a softball program this year. We didn't have enough girls. There's a good chance we're co-oping with Richland for softball this year. It's going to become a common trend throughout small school sports. It's inevitable. The only sports that are not, and the reason there are so many basketball schools in the state of Missouri is because it really only takes 5 people to play the game.
Well, look at the Dixon Lady Bulldogs playing tomorrow in the championship with 7 girls, and sometimes, I remember we won a cross-country championship with 5 girls.
Yeah.
So some sports take 5 girls, but soccer is one where you have to have 9 to 15 or more.
15 at least,
Yeah.
Yeah, and even baseball, softball, you got to have at least 9 to play the game. 11 realistically. You can't play the game of baseball with 9 players because of the pitching rotation and pitch counts that they have in this. So you have to have 13, 15 people. You just can't do it. And it's these small schools with the number of kids that are getting more caught up in either working early or social media or other activities other than physical sports and competing. The only way you're going to keep doing it is co-oping.
Yep. All right, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Good luck this spring season here, and thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Progressive Ozark Bank in Licking, Missouri is a supporter of the Licking Wildcats and Lady Wildcats athletics, including this Frisco League tournament for the boys and the girls, and the district tournament. Thank you, Progressive Ozark Bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing lender. Town and Country Bank is also a supporter of the Licking Wildcats and Lady Wildcats, along with other activities in the Licking area and Texas County. Be sure to stop by, give them a call, member FDIC, for all your banking needs. Town and Country Bank in Licking, Missouri. Pawn Shop is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and all the area schools, including the Frisco League basketball tournament. Be sure to visit them down by the front gate of Fort Leonard Wood. The Bank of Crocker, since 1911, has been in Pulaski County and the surrounding area for many years. They have home loans, auto loans, whatever loans you need. Give them a call. They are member FDIC and the Equal Housing Home Lender. And in the state championships for football this year, it was Worth County defeating Rockport in the 8-man division, 56-46 in a wild game. All these games were in St. Joe, Missouri this year. In Class 1, Tipton won their first state title, defeating Putnam County 39-14. In Class 2, it was Blair Oaks 59-0, running over St. Pius out of Festus. And in Class 3, Seneca won their first title in about 20 years over Lift for Life, a 33-26 shootout that Seneca would go on to win. Both teams on state borders, by the way. And Kearney defeated Hannibal 21-14 with a 1-touchdown victory to win Class 4. In Class 5, overtime, it took Platte County an extra period to defeat Carthage 34-28.
And Nixa, after a big performance by Lee Summit and their quarterback, over 500 yards of offense, 41-37, defeating Nixa in the Class 6 state championship. And that wraps up your football season here. Again, thank you for joining me during my football season that I broadcast. Appreciate everything you do, and we will be back in a little bit here for another segment. We'll see you then. And Allen Hilliard back. Again, thank you for joining us on this show here. We are going to end with the college football playoffs. It is going to be first round games. Number 5, Oregon will face James Madison University. Oklahoma and Alabama will square off in Norman, Oklahoma. Ole Miss will host Tulane, a rematch from earlier. Ole Miss won by 30. Texas A&M will host Miami, that game in Texas. Texas Tech will host the winner of Oregon or James Madison. Indiana will host Alabama and Oklahoma in the Battle of the Red Mess. Georgia will host either Ole Miss or Tulane. And Ohio State will host Texas A&M in the next round. And that will set up for the semifinals, where Indiana and Texas Tech have a potential to face off if the top 4 move on, and Georgia and Ohio State. But we are yet to see how far that goes. Those games will start on December 19th all the way to January. So be sure to tune in. We'll have more updates from that. Again, we appreciate everything and everyone for joining me here. And have a good weekend. We hope to talk to you later from Allen Hilliard Sports.
Central is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports for a couple of years now. Be sure to reach out to them on Facebook or give them a call for all your glass needs, whether it be windshields in cars or doors for your home. Auto Glass Central can help. Home Plate Grill in Dixon, Missouri is a proud sponsor of Allen Hilliard Sports, and a great place to eat. Grab a burger, grab some waffle fries. They have some of the best food in Pulaski County, located downtown Dixon. The Plato Athletic Booster Club is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports and the Plato Eagles again this year, especially in the Frisco League Tournament, during the basketball season, and during the spring. Be sure to check them out, Plato Athletic Booster Club, on Facebook to become a member. Roscoe's Ice Cream Truck in Iberia, Missouri is a supporter of the Iberia Rangers and Allen Hilliard Sports again this season. When you see them, be sure to stop by, grab a sweet treat in Iberia. Thank you from Allen Hilliard Sports. Security Bank is a proud supporter of Allen Hilliard Sports, and they are the main supporter this year and sponsor of all broadcasts with Allen Hilliard Sports. They've been around since World War II through the thick and the thin, supporting the Waynesville-St. Robert community through all these years of growth, and continue to support the Waynesville-St. Robert community through 2 locations in Waynesville and St. Robert, one in downtown by the courthouse, the other location in St. Robert. Be sure to check out Security Bank of Pulaski County for all your banking needs. They are member FDIC, whether it be car loan, house loan, they can make it happen. Again, thank you, Security Bank, for all your support. And Security Bank wishes the best for all the Tigers and Lady Tigers this season in all their competitions, whether it be arts or athletics. Again, Security Bank of Pulaski County, 2 convenient locations.